The Grand Canal project commenced in 1757 to open a navigation channel from Dublin to the Shannon for horse-drawn barges. Once it had opened to Sallins in 1779, trade and passenger services began. In 1780 there was a twice-weekly passenger service from Sallins to Dublin, and its first water supply came from the Morel River about 2 kilometres east of Sallins. It took 47 years to complete and finally opened to the Shannon in 1804. So the decline of transport on the canal coincided with the advent of the rail network in the 1800s. So by 1850 all the passenger barges on the canal were withdrawn, and that slow decline continued until the last cargo barge carrying a 50-ton load of Guinness from Dublin navigated the Grand Canal in the summer of 1960. After that, it was officially closed.
And Sandra, would you have had the same curiosity, about aspects of the Shannon?
It's always interesting to know, particularly the social history. It's always very interesting, and these old boats lead you on to what people did and why.
In their heyday, the community impact that the Grand Canal brought was jobs and trade to lots of small towns and villages along its route.
In the grammar school days, I would have spent a lot of time with a great character off Scots there, fellow Willie Toll. All these great people. You went out and you were part of the family. I was just going out as a hobby. You used to go up with a bit of fun with Willie. They were the barge drivers.
The drivers.
Willie had a great sense of humour, and you learnt more about things and all sorts of food ventures and all the rest of it.
So it was negative. When it did close, there was a loss to those communities. I don't see much of a role for government bodies utilising old barges, but communities can.
Recollection of it was, even though I wouldn't have thought it at the time, but thinking back now, it was pride in the village itself, and knowing that what a waterway like the Royal Canal can do for a village. And of course, ever since it was restored, it's brought back the whole pride into the town. All you have to do is look around, and when you're coming into Kilcock, on a summer's evening, and see the boats and the canoe club, and what transformed from opening that canal is just unimaginable.
There is a need to update bylaws to get in line with the environmental and safety legislation, but what I believe it really needs is investment in infrastructure for boats, more moorings and services. This is what is needed to really animate and bring the canal back to life. Today the canals are used for tourism, leisure boating and houseboats. I don't see it ever being used for cargo transport again, but its potential for tourism is massive. It's a biodiversity corridor. The towpath is nearly fully upgraded to a greenway track, and it has the potential to provide housing for many people in houseboats along the network. The canals are still relevant in today's world. They are a reminder of our built heritage, but are also a home for an array of wildlife, and whether you explore by boat, bike or on foot, they are a beautiful experience.